I think there's no question that in the 1990s, there was an opportunity. This is the first decade after the collapse of the Soviet Union, to promote democracy in Russia, much the way we've promoted democracy in Eastern Europe. We did a terrible job. There's just no question about that. One might argue that we did this on purpose because we wanted to keep Russia weak forever. I actually don't believe that is the case. We just did it in a ham-fisted way. We didn't know what we were doing. There were limits to how much we could intervene because Russia was a major power and it was not particularly happy about us violating its sovereignty and coming in and trying to run its politics. But nevertheless, much of what we did led to disaster. And of course, one of the reasons that Putin is so popular today is that he came in and in very important ways rescued the situation. Putin, of course, succeeded Yeltsin. Yeltsin was incompetent in the extreme, and Putin has been very competent, and Russia's in much better shape today than it was in the 1990s. But of course, it's not a liberal democracy today, and we wish it was. But I think we did not do anywhere near as much as we might have to realize a more positive outcome. But there's another dimension to this that we want to keep in mind, and that is that we did not do much to integrate Russia into a new security architecture in Europe. Russia was very weak in the 1990s. It was not a threat to anyone. In fact, it was a threat to itself. And this was, this presented a real opportunity, I think, for us to work with Russia to see if we could integrate it into some sort of security arrangement in Eastern Europe. But we did not do that. And on that front, we just continued to keep the Russians outside of NATO and push NATO further and further eastward up towards Russia's borders. And as I said in an earlier comment, this was destined to lead to really big trouble, as I predicted and many other people predicted, and as we're now seeing happen in the Ukraine war.